Hello! Welcome to the Handmade by Lorelei YouTube channel. I am the host of the knitting podcast, but today is not a regular knitting podcast episode. I'm doing something a little bit different today. If you want to follow me online, you can find my Etsy store at LorelaiErdoJewelry.etsy.com or my website, LorelaiErdo.com. Or you can follow me on other social media such as Ravelry, I'm Lorelei Erdo, and Instagram, also Lorelei Erdo. I'm a jewelry designer in upstate New York, and I knit in my free time. I've been knitting for about 3 years, I think, and I've been making jewelry for 12. And I wanted to put together a little tutorial video on how to make your very own stitch markers and progress keepers. I'm seeing a lot of people in the podcast community buying them from places, and while that's all well and good, I wanted you to be able to make your own. If you've ever been at a local craft store, you've probably seen in the jewelry department charms. So I'm going to show you today how to attach those charms to findings or little metal clasps and jump rings, so that you can create your own and personalize them however you want. I'm gonna go over a couple different kinds of stitch markers slash progress keepers. I've got charms that utilize jump rings or lobster clasps or earring findings, and I'm going to show those to you. I'm also going to show you a couple of other different kinds of stitch markers that you can make with beads, and why don't we go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I recommend that you have is a pair of pliers. Now, these are jewelry pliers, and you can buy these at any craft store for a couple of dollars a piece. Jewelry pliers don't tend to have teeth on the inside. And I mention that because if you don't want to purchase a pair of jewelry pliers, you can certainly go to go to the house toolbox and pull out, something a little bit heavier duty. These can mar your metal if you're using them with things like wire and metal jump rings. But if you're gentle enough, I don't think that it's going to make a big difference. If these aren't readily available, you can also pick up something called a jump ring opener. I got this at Hobby Lobby and it was $1.99, and I'm pretty sure it was on sale. So I will show you what that looks like. It looks like a ring, but it's got these slots cut out. These are used in conjunction with pliers, but if you're using jump rings that are from a craft store, 10 to 1, they're soft enough to open and close using your fingers and one of these. So those are really the only tools that you'll need for this type of project. The other supplies that you will need are, well, first of all, charms. And I picked up a couple of really cute ones at Hobby Lobby. These are getting really blown out, but they're the cutest little birds, and they're so lightweight because I'm pretty sure they're plastic. I also picked up these little unicorns. Knitters love unicorns. Picked up a set of 3 of those. And then for those of you who like a more bohemian look, I picked up some tassels made with thread. These are so cute also. So we're going to be working with those pieces today, and to what we're going to attach them to are a myriad of different things. I picked up some. These are lobster clasp. You can find these in the jewelry department. They're relatively inexpensive at $2.99. Like I said, these were all 50% off when I went. And they come, these particular ones come with a little doohickey, and you can just take that off and not use it.
No need to use that.
Oops, dang. I also have a couple in a gold color. You can get these in many different sizes. You can see the gold ones are a little bit bigger than the silver ones. You can get them gold, you can get them silver, you can get them in copper. Some people don't like the lobster clasp, and that's okay. I also picked up some of these, which I don't know if you've ever seen, but these are a lever back earring wire, and these work just as well. Let me show you one of those up close. These work a little bit different. It's a lever back. This opens up. This one's a little stiff. Let me find another. So they open up, and then you can just slip that onto your knitting, or they're big enough to use as a stitch marker because you can just put that right over your knitting needle. And they have a ring on the bottom, and that's where you're going to attach a jump ring and your charm. One thing to keep in mind when you're using jump rings, which if you're still curious as to what a jump ring is, it's really just a metal ring, and these happen to be split jump rings, which just means that they are not soldered and that you can easily open and close them. However, never open a jump ring, say this is my jump ring, never open a jump ring like this. No, don't do it. Jump rings, always open your jump ring like this and close it like this. Never like this. Does that make sense? And like I said, this is really the way you're going to attach your charm to your clasp or earring wire. So to open the jump ring using your split ring opener, you would find the slot that coordinates with the gauge of metal. And there's a couple different sizes on here. See, there's a larger one and a smaller one. This particular jump ring doesn't really fit into the smaller one. And on this side, they are, it looks like they're about the same. So I'm holding the pliers in one hand and the opener in the other, and I'm sliding the jump ring into the slot just enough so that I can just easily turn. I'm pressing the plier away from me, and that in turn opened the jump ring. As you can see that there. And to close it, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to slide it into the slot and pull that towards me to close it. Now you can do this if they're soft enough. You can probably do it with your hand. In this case, these are a little bit tight and I'll probably break a nail. So that's kind of one of the reasons why you want to use pliers for this process. So let me angle the photo down so that you can see what I'm doing. Here's my jump ring, and here's the split ring opener. I'm just gonna slip that in and open just like that. Now, if you say had 2 pairs of pliers, you can also use those like this. So you see the action like I showed you with my hands. That's how you want to open and close the jump ring. And you want to make sure it's closed and that both of the sides of the jump ring are lined up. I went ahead and attached a couple of charms to the lobster clasps so you could see what that looks like before I show you what's going on with that. There is the tassel, the bird. Here is the unicorn. These are all very lightweight. That's one thing you want to do when you're searching for charms at the craft store. Make sure they're not super heavy. If they are, they're going to weigh down your knitting, and that's not going to be helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put these together. I've got a couple jump rings here. I got a couple clasps. Earring wire. So basically you want to open up your jump ring. You can use a second set of pliers to do this, or you can use your split ring opener. I'm basically pushing the jump ring open like that. Go ahead and attach a charm and then attach an earring wire. And there you have it. Now, not only do you know how to make a stitch marker or progress keeper, you now know how to make an earring. That is what you just did. So this is, this would make a really cute earring, I think, but I think it would be cute on a knitting project as well. So I'm going to show you that again with the bird. I've got a cat in here helping me. It's always nice. Go ahead and open that jump ring up and attach the bird charm. See, the bird, sometimes the charms already have a jump ring attached. You can try to open that jump ring, or you can just add an additional jump ring. I'm going to just add an additional jump ring to mine. And then just attach that to the lobster clasp and close the jump ring up. One more time. Open the jump ring. Attach your charm. Attach your clasp. Voila. This could not be easier, you guys. So easy. Another type of stitch marker is a bead on a head pin. And to create that loop, that's called a wrapped loop, and you use round nose pliers for that process. if that's something that you want me to teach you how to do in another video, let me know and I would be glad to do that. I might even already have a tutorial up. Maybe not. If I do, I will link it down below. If that's something you want to see me do, I would be glad to make a video of that for you. Another style is like this. This is a piece of beading wire that I cut and strung a bead on, and also a crimp bead or a crimp tube. Went ahead and crimped it just with pliers, you know, I just squeezed it closed, trimmed the excess wire off, and now you have this style. Those are really super easy also, and if that's something you want to see me show you how to do, I would be glad to do that as well. So the next time you're thinking about buying some stitch markers, head to your craft store, because they have everything you need to make your own, and they are so very simple. There are many advantages to knowing this tiny skill, and I hope that this video was helpful and that you enjoyed it. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see what I'm knitting, come back and check me out in a week or so. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about what I've showed you today, please go ahead and leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. See you later.